Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Couch Potato. It's your girl, Sweet Potato, and it is another Couch Potato on the go. I'm on my lunch break yet again today, and we are going to be talking about Vampire in Brooklyn today. But before we get started, first things first, I want to thank all of our subscribers. We have finally reached 6,000 subscribers. We were chugging along at 5.9 for a while, and yesterday it was official. We were at 6,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody for getting our channel to that, great milestone. We've been working on videos and content for a while, and also hopefully, me trying to put out more videos more frequently helps. So if you're new here, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and just keep coming back, because this month I'm trying to put out a video every day. I've been mastering that. I'm good. I'm going to record 2 videos today on my lunch break. So like I said before, today we're going to be talking about Vampire in Brooklyn. So classic, right? Classic. Eddie Murphy tried his hand at horror, and in my opinion, I feel like he succeeded. Granted, it was more of a dark comedy than a horror movie, but I like dark comedies more than I like actual horrors, right? But anyway, so first of all, this movie's a classic, but secondly, everybody in this movie is still relevant. So at least to me. So of course we have Eddie Murphy. He's the vampire in Brooklyn, right? I can't remember what his character's name was, child, but whatever. We had Angela Bassett. Okay, she is who Eddie Murphy's character is in love with, and he's trying to turn her into a vampire, and come to find out she's actually part vampire. Her dad was a vampire. We have Alan Payne. So Alan Payne, he is most recently been on Meet the Paynes, or House of Pain, child. House of Pain show, that Tyler Perry show. But he was popping in the 90s. He was like the light-skinned dude in the movies in the 90s. Like he was Jason and Jason's Lyric and all of that type of stuff. Kadeem Harrison, currently, or most recently, he was on KC Undercover on Disney Channel, but we all know him as Dwayne Wayne from A Different World. That's it. And then, wait, why they ain't got my man name listed down? Anyway, it's Pops. Pops from the Wayans brothers. Pops. What is his name? Oh my God, I feel so bad that I can't think of his name. Hold on. John Witherspoon. Y'all forgive me, okay? I'm old and I'm tired. So yeah, John Witherspoon. So anyway, let me put my phone down. I know everything that happened. So Maximilian is who Eddie Murphy plays. So pretty much at the beginning of the movie, we have Pops and Dwayne Wayne. Listen, I'm gonna call these people their names that we know them by, not necessarily what they were in the movie. So Pops and Dwayne Wayne, they are in a little movie tower watching Family Feud, child. When I was Steve Harvey, because this came out in 1995. So whatever white man was hosting, and they were just watching Family Feud. They are, John Witherspoon is the uncle, and Dwayne Wayne is his nephew. They watching the movie. They had the little ship watchtower thing, and then a boat just wrecks into it, and so it seemed kind of spooky. So Dwayne Wayne was like, I'm out, and he dipped and left his uncle. But his uncle went on there, and all of the people on there were dead. They were all killed or whatever, and he saw a wolf, and it was a huge wolf, and then he saw it, and then the wolf ran, and he saw it like turn into a man, so he was freaked out. Anyway, then of course this wolf man is Maximilian, Eddie Murphy's character. So we see him, he goes about his way, and he actually runs into Dwayne Wayne and turns him into a ghoul. So pretty much the whole rest of the movie, Dwayne Wayne is just like, his body is slowly disintegrating. He's pretty much like a zombie, but like just slower. Like the transition is a little bit slower to him becoming a full zombie. So he solicits him, and he's like, look, I gotta find a woman. And then he was like, well, they got plenty of bitches in Brooklyn. I said, now you know what, anyway. So he's like, I gotta find a woman, but I gotta get my coffin first. So he had to go back to the ship. Meanwhile, Angela Bassett and Jason's Lyric, they both detectives, and pretty much Angela Bassett's mom had died a few months before, and her mom was like a spiritual type of professor or whatever, and they were all kind of worried that Angela Bassett was like losing her mind a little bit because she was distraught about her mom dying and all of that. Anyway, they go on the ship, they looking around, buku bodies, all of them drained of blood, right? So she's like in this little bottom part. Well, the floor falls out and it's kind of underwater, but it's not. And she sees the freaking coffin. So she goes up to it, opens it, and it was herself in vampire form. So she freaked out, backs up, and then she sees Maximilian, and then he runs away or whatever, and then she chases him. And then she runs into Jason's Lyric, and he's like, what's wrong? She was like, you ain't see him? And he was like, nobody was out here. So he was like, listen, you good, right? Because I just told the captain that you was straight. Now I need to make sure that you good and you ain't like tripping. She was like, listen, I'm straight. So, you know, they kind of going on this murder investigation or whatever. And they end up going to like this Jamaican club. So they go to this Jamaican club, right? They talking to this guy. I can't remember what his real name is, but I seen him in a few other things, but not so much. It don't matter. So we go and talk to him, and he's like telling Angela Bassett, like, make sure you keep your spirituality close. Looking at her cross or whatever that she was wearing on her neck. Keep your spirit close. Keep your, faith and all of that. And she was like, cool, she's good. And then Maximilian shows up. Now this snake that the people had was he had got out, broke the glass out of his little cage to try to get her. And then Maximilian saved her life or whatever. And so, he was just trying to put the moves on her, and she was going for it at first. Then Dwayne Wayne as the ghoul comes up, and he is like, oh, you don't want to mess with him, you need to, he can have all the bitches and blah blah blah. And she's like turned off, so she dipped. And so anyway, the whole time Dwayne Wade throughout the movie losing body parts. He lost a finger, lost an ear, lost a hand, lost a whole arm, child. By the time he was half mannequin parts by the by the end of the movie. Anyway, so pretty much he's like, she the one, because when she saw the coffin, she saw herself inside of it. So I need to, persuade her. So anyway, she go back to her apartment after the club, and her roommate, dang, what that girl name is? She was like one of the ghetto chicks in Friday or whatever. She was a hood chick in a few movies back in the 90s. So she is like trying to hit on her partner, Jason's Lyric, and he was like, I'm good. But but Angela Bassett doesn't hear that he like turns her down, because he turned her down outside and he drive off. Well, Maximilian comes and try to flirt with her, and she, man, when I tell y'all, she was a thotty McThot, because literally you was trying to smash your friend's partner, He turned you down. A random man in the middle of the street was like, oh, he shouldn't have turned you down. And then you like, yeah, come upstairs and let's bang. Like, what's wrong with you? Why your box was so hot? Anyway, she lets Maximilian in the room. He banging her box out. Angela Bassett here. Next thing you know, she's screaming and stuff. Angela Bassett go out on the balcony, and she aggressively, angrily painting, because she paint her bad thoughts and dreams and all of that. She aggressively painting and whatnot, and then he up in there killing the girl. And then he steal her body and wrote a letter saying, hey, you know, I got me a man, I dipped out, blah, 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 so we could be together and be getting it in all the time and not bothering you. And of course, she thinking that it's her homeboy. They go, she ends up going to church and talk to her pastor because she, you know, she feeling emotional now. Her friend didn't betray her, her partner didn't betray her or whatever, and she just not feeling it. So she goes talk to her pastor. Now he ain't no good. He played by Eddie Murphy as well, but he ain't no good. He out there getting drunk in the parking lot before doggone church. So he tried to talk to her or whatever, but before he could, who she really was talking to was Maximilian. Maximilian went in there and killed him and took on his form. So he was talking all this stuff. Then he goes and have this whole little church service out on the lawn because he tried to go inside the church and the church was burning his ass up. So he was like, oh, let's have church in the front lawn. And he's telling the congregation, bad is good, evil is good, blah, blah, blah. And these fools, they see sheep, okay? Sheep. They sitting there like, yeah, evil is good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, so y'all just ain't got no sense of nothing by yourself, huh? Okay, cool. So anyway, Jason's lyric rolled up on her and was like trying to talk to her. And she was like, you had sex with her, didn't you? And blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, yes, you did. So she bust out and left. And then Maximilian rolls up on her outside of her apartment trying to flirt with her again and was like, I want to make dinner for you or whatever. So she was like, okay, cool. And they go have dinner and they dancing, and he was like, I can give you all of, you know, this stuff. You could travel the world and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, all you got to do is say yes, baby. He hit her with the flowetry. All you got to do is say yes. And of course she said yes. So he bit her neck, turned into a vampire, child. And well, he turned into a vampire, but not quite. Listen, is they world we just watching the movie? Because I done watched a whole bunch of vampire movies and the specs aren't necessarily the same. Anyway, she ends up waking up at her apartment the next day, being woke up by Jason's lyric. Now he get there and he's like, look, your friend / ex-roommate body was found hanging the same way it was portrayed in your painting. And she was like, so what you trying to say? And he was like, I'm trying to say that you was right the whole time about the stuff that you've been saying. And she just started crying or whatever, but then she started kissing on his neck. Now granted, she a vampire now. It's the whole next night, or well, next dusk, so the sun going down or whatever. And literally she about to suck his blood. Then she look over at herself in the mirror, and then her reflection disappeared. And so she get freaked out and run out. So then she run into Maximilian and the ghoul, and he's like, it's okay, you just need to hunt and embrace, you know, who you are. Pretty much her daddy was a vampire back in Africa, right? But then the humans killed him, and the mama went crazy because she loved him and she knew what he was. And of course, wasn't nobody gonna leave the girl had and then had a baby with a vampire. So yeah, from there, you know, he tries to help ease her into being a vampire, and she just resisting it, and she don't want to do it. And so she's pretty much gonna die because she gotta drink blood to stay alive, obviously. And so Jason Lear goes back to the Jamaican spot to talk to the man, and the man was like, well, we gotta kill, it's not too late for her, we gotta kill Maximilian. So they go to his apartment where she at, and then, you know, Maximilian and Jason Lear getting a fight, Maximilian and the Jamaican man getting a fight, and it's crazy or whatever, but they she's telling them to go away, and she like embraces him, and they embraces Maximilian, they start kissing and stuff, but then she stabs him in the heart, so he dies, and his ring fall off. So, and like in the scuffle, like stuff out the window and blah blah blah. So anyway, after it's all over, she turned back to a human. Her and Jason Leary get together, blah blah blah. It's great. Now we see Pops and Dwayne Wayne, they in the limo, and then Dwayne Wayne was like, I'm a ghoul, I ain't got nothing. And Pops like, well, you got this limo, because the whole time he been driving Maximilian around in this limo. So he was like, I got a limo. And he was like, yeah. So Pops get in the front, and then Jason, not Jason Lear, I'm sorry. And then Dwayne Wayne get in the back, and he was like, oh, it's Max's ring. He put it on, and now he turned into a whole vampire. I say, so wait, you can get vampire powers from a ring now? Listen, this coming from a person who watched True Blood, you know, and they had skewed some of the vampire tropes and beliefs or whatever. Coming from somebody who watched buku vampire movies. So, either way, though, you ain't turning into no vampire just by putting some ring on. Help me understand, Eddie Murphy, what you was doing with that. That's the only question that I had. Otherwise, the movie was a dark comedy. It was hilarious to me. So much smoke. So much fog is what I mean. Like, I don't know how much how much fog machine juice they used in this movie. Because y'all, I ain't never been to New York. I have a friend that's from New York, but I don't think that they have that much like fog coming out of their sewer system. What is pollution? Is that what we were exhibiting, or are we just trying to make it eerie? I don't know. Either way, the movie's a classic, written by Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy, and somebody else. It was directed by Wes Craven, who is horror movie legend, okay? Because he did the Scream movies and a whole bunch of other horror movies. So, I don't know. But what do y'all think about Vampire in Brooklyn? You can watch Vampire in Brooklyn on Amazon Prime. Like I said, I'm sticking to only horror movies, dark comedies, and stuff that you can find on Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime, because I don't want y'all to have to go buy no doggone movies and rent no movies and all of that. So this one you can see on Amazon Prime. Y'all let me know if there's any horror movies that y'all want me to watch during this time. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I do not do spiritual stuff, so Paranormal Activity ain't gonna happen. No. I do witches. I think I might do Child's Play, the first one. That's only because I've seen it before, so it's not gonna bother me. But I don't do spiritual movies, so y'all can let that one go. Anyway, this has been Couch Potato on the Go. I'm your girl, Sweet Potato. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one.